guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Rachel and I am studying to take the LSAT. Today is May 12th, so it officially marks 1 month until test day. So it is time to really crack down. We're going to get into some practice tests in this video, at least one. We'll see how the week progresses. But first, I'm just going to start with logical reasoning like I've been doing because honestly, I do not have the brain capacity to take a practice test today. I am really lacking some sleep. I had to work at 5:30 this morning and I did not get enough sleep last night. I had trouble sleeping and then I woke up because my roommate was loud and then I couldn't go back to sleep and it was like a whole thing. But it's not really that important. All that matters is that today we are starting with Chapter 11 in logical reasoning, which is assumption questions. And then later in this video, we will be getting into our first practice test since the last practice test I took that made me really sad and stop studying. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video and let's go. So it looks like this chapter is about 30 pages long and it's all about how to attack assumption questions and questions that ask you to make assumptions. That would make sense. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get reading and I will either share some stuff throughout as I'm reading or I will summarize at the end. I haven't decided yet. I haven't even read that much of this yet and I can tell it's hard. Assumption questions are difficult, that's for sure. So far the chapter has talked about two different types of assumptions that you can have in your questions, either a supporter assumption or a defender assumption. And that kind of will illustrate like your thought process and the form of your answer that you're looking for, but it's quite difficult. I have read the chapter and I must say I'm feeling a lot of things. I don't really know exactly how to feel because it's hard and it's kind of confusing, like logical reasoning and definitely like all the types of questions, and I'm starting to get them all mixed up in my head, but it's okay. I'm gonna finish out the chapter with 6 practice problems. I don't know why that was so hard for me to remember. I'm gonna finish the chapter with 6 practice problems and then that should be it for the day. It's a light day today because I don't know, it just is. I don't need to defend myself. I shouldn't keep defending myself. If I'm gonna make a decision, then that's my decision and we're just gonna move on. Tomorrow and Friday I have off from work, so I will be doing a practice test. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. It is just about 7:45 in the morning, and I am ready to take my first practice test. I mean, technically it's my second practice test, but I don't like to count the other practice tests that we did back in like October or something. But anyway, it is May 13th, so this is going to be my first of many practice tests that I'm going to do in the next month. And yeah, I just had an apple for breakfast, and I've got water. I'm also drinking orange juice. I know I should have it like as much as my testing environment as I can, but you just gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Anyway, I've got it up, ready to go. I'm just doing a practice test on Khan Academy today. And I don't know if I'll like buy some in the next month or not, but for now this is what we're doing. So I will see you guys when I'm all set. All right, it's been over 2 hours now. I did 4 sections on this practice test, each one was 35 minutes obviously. I had some extra time at the end of each section and I didn't use it to review my answers. I probably should have, but I didn't, so you know, whatever. So it took a little over 2 hours to do all 4 sections. I also didn't take my 10-minute break because I got a stomachache and had to stop like halfway through and go to the bathroom for a few minutes, but we're working on it. Anyway, my total score was a 158, which I'm super happy with because my diagnostic was originally a 153. And my last practice test, when I like messed up and paused it wrong and missed a whole bunch of questions, was a 147. So I'm super happy with my 158. I think it puts me at a really good spot for the test in June, and it makes me a lot more confident in what I'm gonna do in the month coming. Because obviously, like, you can only do so much in a month, but I think I can do enough to really like hit that 160 mark. I'm only 2 points away, And so just a quick little breakdown. I missed 6 questions on the first logical reasoning section and 9 questions on the final logical reasoning section. And then I missed 6 on logic games and 10 on reading comprehension. Logic games was definitely not my best set of questions that I've ever done. I realized with 2 minutes left in the section that I made a huge mistake on the last game because I forgot to include one of the rules in my diagram. This is actually the diagramming page that I was trying to work with. It was such a mess because I could not figure out how to diagram it effectively. So that's something I definitely am going to look at closer because I could just not figure out a good way to diagram it, and then I forgot to... Oh wait, I'm wrong. That's not the one. That one was also really hard, but there was another one. That wasn't the one where I forgot a rule. Was it? I'm so confused. Either way, oh, I'm on the wrong page. Ignore me, I'm such a mess. That one was really hard. This one with all these weird grids because I could not figure out how to diagram it effectively. But this one was the final game. I know this probably makes no sense to anybody. This one was the final game and I forgot one of the conditional rules in my solving the questions until I had 2 minutes left in the section and I was on the last question, and then I realized that I had forgotten a rule, but it was too late to go back and redo 6 questions and refactor in this one conditional rule, so I just kind of let it go. But next time I see you guys, I'm going to be going over these answers, but I need a little mental break before I do that, so it'll either be later today or tomorrow. Hello everyone, happy Friday. On today's agenda is to go over all of the questions I got wrong yesterday. There's a total of 31 of them, so I may do this in a few parts, but really I'm just going to be on Khan Academy reading over, basically attempting to redo it and just reading over any explanation that it gives, because I can try and show you this, or maybe rather than moving my computer, I'm just going to move my camera because that seems to make more sense. So on Khan Academy, when I'm reviewing the test, I can click on the question, so I can say, oh, I got this one wrong. We'll click on it, and it gives explanations for every answer choice and shows you which one is wrong. So I'm basically just going to be going through every question every question I got wrong and reading all of those explanations. Oh god. I shouldn't move my camera while I'm trying to film and speak. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday now. I am up bright and early. It is 7:15, and I'm gonna do another practice test. I've got my paper, pencils, water. I just went to the bathroom, so hopefully we don't have to stop today in the middle and pause it, because although that's a nice feature of a practice test, I can't do that on the real test. So yeah, we got a 158 last time, so we'll see what we get today. And we're just gonna hope for the best and go ahead and get started. Okay, I am all finished. I could tell when I was taking this test that I was not gonna do as well as I did on Thursday, which was kind of disappointing. I ended up with a 153, so drop of 5 points, which I don't love, but it's fine because we're just gonna keep working and practicing and trying to improve. I noticed something that I need to work on is definitely timing with logic games, because that was something I was struggling with, and so I ended up getting 8 questions wrong in that section. I only got half of the questions right in the last logical reasoning section. That one, for some reason, that section was just I was having to read everything twice, which obviously is not a good use of time. But I don't know, it's done now. The other 2 sections, reading comprehension, I got 10 questions wrong, and the other section of logical reasoning, I got 8 questions wrong. So, I mean, not everything can be good, so this is a good learning experience because, I mean, not everything is going to go as planned, obviously, and you're not always just going to keep doing better. Sometimes you do worse, sometimes you do better, just depending on the test and the questions that you're given. So this week I'm definitely gonna be looking into practicing logic games with timing, reading more in the logical reasoning book and doing practice questions for that, and gotta work on some reading comprehension. The compare and contrast reading comprehension section definitely got me. I only got 2 out of 6 questions right on that passage. So I don't know, I'm gonna look over this in some more detail, but yeah, I'll probably see you guys tomorrow for a study session. We won't do a practice test, but I'll be like, I'm not reviewing necessarily the questions from the test tomorrow, but doing more practice problems so that I'm better prepared for my next test, I guess. I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow what the plan is. Good morning, everybody. It's almost 9 a.m. and today I'm doing a big studying and practice day. I'm going to do some practice problems for every section. We are going to start with logic games, mainly because I didn't realize or didn't think that I would have so much trouble with them on the actual exam, because I've been doing really well, like in practice or when I was working through the book, like I was getting most of the questions right, but the last 2 practice exams I took, I did not do as well as I thought I would, so I'm going to start there. I'm going to redo the questions from the test, like actually redo them, and then I'm going to do some practice problems. I have 3 practice games on Khan Academy that I can see right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do those, and then we'll probably move on after that. Alright, it's been an hour. I did 6 practice problems, or 6 practice games, not 6 practice, just questions, and I did pretty well. By the end I was getting all the questions right, and I also was like reviewing the explanations after the game if I was missing questions or not understanding them, or if I just guessed, which happened, twice. But yeah, so I spent an hour doing that, and now I'm going to move on and do a bunch of logical reasoning questions. I'll probably spend an hour on those as well. Might take a little lunch break at some point, and then we'll do reading comprehension after that. The first thing I'm going to focus on with logical reasoning is flaw questions, identifying weaknesses or identifying flaws within the argument, because I miss those questions quite often on my practice tests, and according to Khan Academy, it'll like tell you on the website, it'll tell you like what your level is for a certain type of question, and I'm at a basic level for this, so it's pretty important that I get that up and practice it. So those are the first type of question that I'm going to practice. So far, I've done 12 of the basic level questions, and I got all of them right. So now I'm going to boost it up to medium, I think is the next level. Yep, I'm going to boost up the difficulty to medium and see how we do there. Alright, I did 3 more sets of questions, and so that was 18 questions total at the medium level, and I got 2 wrong, so I'm going to move on from flaws. Definitely not the end of practicing them, but just the end for today. And I'm going to do some questions about matching structure and principles, and also some questions about identifying conclusions or points of disagreement within questions. So that's next. Those questions went really well. I only missed 1 while I was doing the structure and principles set. I didn't miss any on identifying the conclusion. So feeling good about those. I'm going to take a little break before I move on to reading comprehension. In total, I spent about 45 minutes doing logical reasoning, so that's just kind of where we are for today. Okay, I'm back. I took a break to pack and eat lunch, and now we're going to do some reading comprehension. Looking at the practice test, I got the most questions wrong on the question set with the 2 passages, passage A and B. So I'm going to start there, probably do a practice one of those. And then, I don't know, I'll probably do 2 or 3 practice passages, depending on how it goes. And then we'll call it a day. These passages are not going well at all. I got 3 out of 6 wrong on the first one and 3 out of 5 wrong on the second one. So I really want to give up. I'm going to do another one and not give up just because I want to, but definitely not enjoyable. Alright, it's been about 30 minutes. I'm gonna call it here for the day. I did 3 passages. The first 2 were a little rough. I did slightly better in the last one, but I definitely need a lot of work on reading comprehension. Since I finished with it today, I'm gonna start with it next time I study because, you know, it's kind of at a disadvantage because now my brain is tired from working all day. But, yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would love if you subscribed and followed along. We're getting really close to test day, which is kind of nerve-wracking, but yeah, it was fun taking some practice tests this week. There's definitely more of those to come, lots more. Hopefully I can squeeze in because we need all the practice we can get. And other than that, I don't have anything else for you. I will see you guys in my next video.